So basically it's just a few ab exercises that we've thrown together. It's just an example of what an ab workout may look like for us. It's not by any means what we do every time, but it's just some of our favourite exercises basically. So these are just pretty much reverse crunches. Obviously the weight that you're using there is your pelvis and your legs, your hips and your legs. You can drop that as far down off the bench as you want, but it's just like a reverse crunch motion. Again, just remember that if you're not bringing your shoulders to your hips or the other way around, you're pretty much wasting your time. There's only so much that your abs will contract. You want to really concentrate on the crunch with that. You can see that he drops his arse off the bench a bit, just for a bit more of an extension really.
So for this one here, me and Joe do it a bit differently. Like I'm leaning right over, I do still feel that crunch there, and that's the most I go to, but he tends to be a bit more stationary with it.
Yeah, I tend to stand up with that as well. These are just some crunches, but again I like to hang off the end of the bench because I feel like I can really stretch my abs out at the end of the rep, and I think that's just a 10 plate hanging behind my head. Sometimes I'll go right up to holding a 20 plate, but obviously I'll have a lot less range of motion. I can't quite crunch fully in with a 20 plate, but you will still feel it. You know, quite a good burn off it. I've just got my ankles hooked over the bar there. It's having your ankles over something really kind of tends to reduce the amount of tension you put on your hip flexors. Just means that you're less dependent on them. This is a Delbro special.
So again, reverse crunches, bringing the pelvis to the shoulders, or in that sort of direction, but the resistance on the feet there with the rope. Just what we tend to do is we do a few, maybe about 8 reps or something, just resisted crunches, and then the other way around. So we'll let the person who's doing it go up on their own, they'll contract on their own, and then we'll resist on the way down and pull it down.
So it's basically just a normal set followed by some negatives basically.
Yeah, so now is the negative section. So I'm pulling that down and he's resisting.
These are pretty good, they do fuck you up.
Yeah, they do. You pretty much go to failure on these if you want.
Nice ass. So these are similar to before, but just standing up. I saw August doing these pretty recently and then tried them and actually felt them pretty well. Mike still tends to crunch a bit further over than I do, but really it is about concentrating. It is about concentrating on contracting your abs together, trying to move your sternum towards your pelvic bone. That is the essence of every ab movement, basically.